everyone. I hope you all have had a great week, and I welcome all of you to our weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in session, a half hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connections. If you are a new member of our community, please accept our wholehearted welcome to you. If you have any questions regarding our practices and topics, we are all here to help. It is customary for people in Australia to begin any meetings by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. So, in the spirit of reconciliation, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we walk, study, and reside on, the Wudi people of the Dharma Nation. I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples of today. And I also pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are. So the check-in sessions have been developed by our Communities of Practice team and the entire community. The purpose of these sessions is to develop a reflective practice in response to changes. Guided by humanistic Buddhism, we would like to cultivate our practices and to build memorable friendships. Thanks to the suggestions from Stephen and Warren, this new year we put an overarching purpose for the first half sessions. Apart from the weekly topics, we would like to invite you to ponder how we can connect our discussions and reflections to our daily lives. As Priscilla introduced last week, we have invited friends from the community to generously share their stories as turning points in their life to bring inspiration to us. Today, we are very honored to have Venerable Juewei to share her enlightening stories with us. So let's welcome Venerable Juewei.
Thank you so much, Yijin, for the kind introduction. And what an auspicious day. Here in Asia and Australia, we are celebrating the Buddha's birthday on the Chinese lunar calendar. It is the 8th day of the 4th lunar month. So to all Buddhists in the community, happy Buddha's birthday. And also, we are celebrating Mother's Day here. So also to all mothers, happy Mother's Day. And to all those of you in a different time zone about to celebrate the Buddha's birthday and Mother's Day in a few hours, I hope you'll join in the festivities with us. So today, we're going to take a turning point month. We're going to start a turning point month. But before we go there, let's do our usual check-in. So may I invite everyone to sit back and relax. Adopt a comfortable posture. In a safe space, close your eyes. Relax. Relax the top of your head. Relax your forehead, eyes, facial muscles, and your lips. Allow your neck muscles to relax. Shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, your palms, and your fingers. Let them go. Relax our back muscles. Feel our vertebra relaxing one at a time. Relax our thigh muscles, calf muscles, feet and toes. Allow the entire body to relax in the company of good friends. Gently bring your attention to the tip of your nose as we watch our faithful breath going in and out of our nostrils. And let's just take a few moments to observe our breath. The habit of a reflective pause is so precious. And I'm grateful to everyone in the community for making the effort to be here so that we can practice together. And with that sense of gratitude, at your own time, you may return to our favorite Zoom space. Today, I would like to share with you a little journey, a 20-some-year-old journey that started in May of the year 2000. I was leaving the Buddhist college in Kaohsiung, southern Taiwan, for Fo-Guang University, that's in Yilan, which is the northeastern part of Taiwan. At that time, I had spent 5 months in the Fo-Guangshan Buddhist College, and I had made friends with a Nepalese teenager. She's like just half my age at that time. She was also studying in the Buddhist college, and her parting words said to me by looking straight into my eyes with great sincerity of one who knew we would never meet again. And those words were so precious to me that I remember them to today. She said, and I quote, "Do not be afraid, because the Buddha is always with you. Do not be afraid, because the Buddha is always with you," unquote. Imagine a teenager telling someone 35 years old those beautiful words. She touched my heart so deeply to this day. And around the same time, a mate from Singapore, who is also my classmate at the Buddhist college, gave me a beautiful ceramic Buddha statue that you see on the screen right now. So, between the two of them, I know that the Buddha is definitely going to be with me. So that was in May 2000. The strange thing about some turning points in our life is that we do not know that they are going to be turning points until much later in life. 22 years later, I look back and realize what a turning point those words and the Buddha statue was to me. In fact, it turned me on a path from baby to Buddha. The baby is one who is often crying with outstretched arms, desiring love and attention. The Buddha is the master of his thoughts, speech, and action, and has the confidence to shower love and attention onto others for their benefits. Little did I realize that the Nepalese teenager saw the baby in me and encouraged me forward on my path with the reminder that I can always turn to the Buddha. My Singaporean mate gave me a Buddha statue so that I can build my altar wherever I go. From Taiwan to the USA and now to Australia. This ceramic statue has heard my repentances when I felt seriously ill, my gratitude when things went well, and my fears when challenges abound. This Buddha has never left me all these years. But the journey has not been the same. When I became a monastic in 2002, I took many vows, which actually cut my dependence on some usual external assurances. For example, I can no longer turn to money or marriage for refuge. When I lost my parents and became an orphan in 2020, life took a nosedive because I could no longer find the Buddha in the people who loved me most. Last year was the first time I went on a treasure hunt for the Buddha that the Nepalese girl promised. The sutras and Venerable Master's words are my map, but I seemed to be getting nowhere. I looked at the Sangha community and the communities of practice that supported me so generously, but I still could not find the Buddha. A sense of loneliness and desperation finally propelled me on a journey of interiority that turned the whole world upside down. So 20 years after taking my monastic vows, I finally saw some traces of the Buddha. I see the Buddha in the ceramic statue that's accompanied me through ups and downs. I see the Buddha in the very human expressions of the Korean arhats in Sydney's Powerhouse Museum that you see on the slide now. And I see the Buddha in every volunteer who has come to Nantian Temple to help with the Buddha's birthday festival. The Buddha is not a thing or an immutable essence. It is in the very relationship that is emitted out from my core through my every breath onto every person or object. When we attune ourselves to the conditions before us and become confident, we no longer need to look for someone else to love and shower attention on us. Instead, we can hold the space and everyone else with unconditional love like the Buddha did. I'm nowhere near the Buddha, but that turning point in May 2000 sent me on this incredible treasure hunt, and I believe that I have found the key. So thank you very much for listening to my turning point story, and I'd like now to hand over to Yijin to continue our journey.
Thank you, Venerable Juewei, for sharing your treasure hunt for the Buddha with us. Now, by contemplating and discussing the following questions, let's share the light from the light of Venerable Juewei. So first, do you have any personal reflections on Venerable Juewei's story? Second, what lessons can we take from Venerable Juewei's story? So now we will be placed in groups of 3 to 4 to share and discuss. In the discussion, we do recommend you spend some time getting to know about each other and then discuss our questions. There will be some Zoom notifications to guide you, but feel free to let the flow of your discussions guide you. Our sessions are guided by metta, which is unconditional love and kindness for all sentient beings. Let's use these breakout sessions to express and receive loving kindness to and from one another. And take time to pause, share, and listen. We'll also ask you to share some of your findings with the larger group at the end of the breakout discussion. So now, let's go to our breakout rooms for rich and nourishing discussions. See you all back in 15 minutes.
Welcome back. I hope you found your Buddha in your conversations in the breakout room, and I'd like to welcome your comments in the chat. So please feel free to open up the chat stream and let us know what you think. Well, we see Priscilla has already told us that she's inspired to say to others, don't be scared, the Buddha is always with you. Yes, there's so many occasions when we feel a little fearful. So, to know that we have the reassurance And the Buddha is already holding you. Yes, Cecilia, that's so true. We have to open our hearts to be able to feel it. And Liam, whatever you decide to do, you have to do it. How true. We just have to move along with life and know that the Buddha will hold us. Well, it's just past 11:30. I'd like to welcome everyone to continue typing into the chat stream so that we can have these beautiful messages made into posters for more people to share. And in the meantime, I'd like to hand back to Yijin to take us through to checkout.
Thank you, Venerable Juewei. And it's a teamwork. So now please allow me to share my screen. So we really hope the check-in session was helpful to you, and we hope you experience the unconditional love and compassion of this community. But for anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what today could meet, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us, and you can also reach out to the professional organizations on the screen. So for next week, we have invited our dear friend Dr. Jonathan Page to share his turning point story. The title of his story is very mysterious. It is Bodhicitta Rides a Bicycle. So let's look forward to this mysterious and inspiring story. And while Venerable Juewei sharing her journey from baby to Buddha today, she has also invited us to celebrate and share the unconditional love of the Buddha on this auspicious day of the Buddha's birthday. So please feel free to join any celebration events in your city. For example, at NTI's Art Museum, there is a lovely exhibition about Buddha and animals. So as we check out today, let's recite the dedication of merits together, to send love and compassion to whoever in need.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Now we will have our usual post-check-in discussions. So please stay around if you have time. Otherwise, see you all again next Sunday at 11 a.m. We hope you enjoy pondering your Buddha journey with your heart, with the community, and with all sentient beings.